After my surgery, my family swore they'd help me through recovery. Instead, they took off on a ski trip and left me alone. No food, no meds. I called my brother and he said, "Don't guilt trip me. We're on vacation, not your nurses." I just whispered, "Thanks for showing your true colors." 2 weeks later, I made a move they never saw coming. Suddenly, my phone was blowing up. 32 messages saying, "Please talk to us. We're begging." I don't even know where to begin. I've never posted anything like this, but I'm furious and I need to get it out. I'm not looking for advice. I just need to let it out. Sorry if this ends up all over the place. This went down in the past few days, but honestly, the strange tension started even earlier. I had surgery on my left knee. Nothing life-threatening, but it's serious enough. I can't walk properly or drive. My family said they'd be around to help. I live in the downstairs part of my parents' house. It's always been a shared effort type of home. My parents, my younger brother, he's nearly 30, married, no kids. They all live nearby. I'm the oldest. I've always been the one they lean on. If something breaks, if someone needs a ride, if there's an event to coordinate, it's me. I know I can be a little intense, but I've always come through. The recovery plan was crystal clear. I'd need help with meals, no stairs, meds at set times, and some bandage care. Everyone seemed on board. My mom even set up a group chat for surgery support. But 2 days before surgery, my brother started acting off. I overheard him telling his wife he didn't want to cancel their trip again and that I'll be fine. I always am. I brushed it off, figured maybe he was overwhelmed. He's always made it seem like I'm faking when I'm not well. If I need help, he acts like I'm being dramatic. My parents, especially my mom, always say, "He's just joking. Don't take it personally. He's stressed." He's always had a free pass. Even growing up, he'd mess up and I'd get blamed. Surgery day came and went smoothly. My mom stayed over the first night. Dad popped in and out. I was mostly knocked out. The next day, I was left with the TV and silence. My mom texted that she'd be late. My brother had errands. I messaged the group chat. No one replied for hours. By day 3, no one came in the morning. My alarm went off for my meds, but I couldn't reach the high shelf they left them on. I texted again. Nothing. I called my mom. It rang out. I tried to be patient. Maybe they were just running behind. But by lunch, I was dizzy and starving. The fridge was empty, just old yogurt and mustard. No one restocked it after I prepped frozen meals before surgery. I tried going up the stairs and almost wiped out. Called my brother, he picked up on speaker. I could hear wind and music. He said, "What's up?" I said, "Hey, where is everyone? I need help." He laughed. "We're driving up to the mountains." I said, "Wait, who's we?" He told me he, his wife, my parents were going skiing. I couldn't believe it. I said, "I'm stuck here. I can't even get to my medication." He sighed and said, "Don't guilt trip me, we're on vacation. You're a grown man. Order something." I said, "I'm in pain. I need someone." He told me, "We planned this. You'll manage. Just don't make it a big deal." I whispered, "Thanks for showing me who you really are." Then he hung up. Group chat? Silent. I tried calling my mom. Voicemail. Dad? Voicemail. I texted my aunt. She said, "Aren't you on the trip with them?" I sent a picture of my leg brace and the empty kitchen. She replied with a thumbs-up emoji and said, "Let me know if you need anything." I sat in a haze, angry and starving. Found some stale crackers in my room and ate those. I tried to order food, but the driver left it outside. I couldn't get there in time, so it got cold. That night, I heard my neighbor's car. I asked him to bring the food in. He looked at me like, "Where's your family?" I just made up an excuse. I checked the group chat again. Nothing. Then I saw my brother's wife's story. Everyone in ski gear, smiling. My parents were right there behind them. I couldn't sleep. I replayed that phone call in my head, over and over. I wasn't sad anymore, just furious. All I could think was, how did it come to this? I've bailed them out so many times, covered bills, lent my car, picked up the pieces when they dropped them. I'm no saint, but I've never left anyone helpless. I started planning. Writing. Notes on my phone. Every time I helped, every dollar, every favor, every cover-up. I started thinking about the shared finances, the stuff my name's on, the help I've given. I'm not doing anything crazy or illegal. But I'm not sitting in silence either. I'm not waiting for some fake apology. If they think this is over, they're not paying attention. I've got time now. And a whole lot of receipts. It's been years, but now here we are. One night I heard a knock at the door. For a second, I thought maybe it was them. But no, it was just my neighbor again. He was throwing out his trash and heard my TV playing. He asked if everything was all right. I told him, yeah, all good. But the truth is, I wasn't. I was angry. I started thinking about how much they depend on me. I'm the one who made the family group chat. I'm the one who tracks bills, shares passwords, pays for Netflix. I'm the one who calls the plumber when something leaks, mows the lawn, when Dad's too tired. I'm the one they count on. Then I thought, what if I stopped? What if I left the chat? What if I quit paying for everything? Took my name off it all? So I started listing things. Every account I opened. Every bill I paid. Every time I helped. Out. Every time my brother borrowed cash and never paid it back. Every time my parents asked me to fix something. And then, I let it all go. I even messaged my brother, said, "Hope you're doing great." He replied, "Maybe you need to be less sensitive." I didn't respond. 2 days ago, my mom texted, said, "We'll be back soon. Hope you're okay, sweetie." No apology. I didn't answer. I'm not yelling, not arguing, I'm just done. But I want them to feel it. And I know how. They'll feel it when I stop doing everything they've always expected from me. If you want the second half without the update, let me know. Varna ye script complete hai. First part only, as requested. So I packed up everything. From the shared areas, took my name off every account I could. I told the property manager to put everything in their name. I even left the spare keys on the kitchen counter, sealed in an envelope. I didn't slam the door, but I didn't look back either. What's funny is, the first few days were completely quiet. My parents got back and acted like nothing had happened. My brother sent me a dumb meme like we hadn't just had a huge fight. My mom left me a voicemail saying, "Hope you're resting. Let us know if you need anything." I deleted it. Then I noticed the trash wasn't taken out, the lawn was a mess, and the mail was soaking on the porch. And for once, I didn't lift a finger. Then I heard my parents arguing upstairs. My mom thought I forgot to pay the bills. My dad mumbled something about what happens when people get too comfortable. My brother acted unbothered, but he called me 3 times straight. When I didn't answer, he showed up and pounded on my door. I let him yell, but didn't unlock it. He called me childish. I heard him kick the recycling bin. So grown up, right? A few days later, my aunt texted, "Your mom's worried. Can you give her a call?" I said, "I'm fine." She replied, "Are you sure you're not just being dramatic?" So I sent her a picture of my empty kitchen from last week. She didn't write back. My cousin DM'd me on Instagram, told me to let it go because family is family. I replied, "Not when they ditch you to go skiing." He left me on red. Watching them scramble was honestly the best part. My brother tried setting up a family dinner. I'm usually the one who sends invites and reminders. He sent a group text, but barely anyone responded. My parents tried getting into the storage unit I changed the code for. They even called customer service to complain. The manager rang me up and asked if I wanted to transfer the account. I said, "Yes, give it to them. I'm out." Then my dad finally broke and came at me with the usual guilt trip. You're blowing this up. Your mom's getting sick with worry. I told him, I was sick, and you all went on vacation. He hung up. Little things started shifting after that. My mom couldn't figure out the online bill payments, so she called me. I told her, I'm not on those anymore. Ask Dad. She said I was being heartless. I said, just doing what you told me, taking care of myself. She slammed the phone down. I ran into my brother at the store last week. He looked super awkward, tried joking, so you're ghosting the whole fam now? I looked him in the eye and said, you said I'm not your servant, right? So I guess you don't need me. He chuckled, but I walked away. The last straw was the group chat. It's just a flood of messages now. My mom, my dad, my brother, even my aunt, all spamming me. Please talk to us. We're begging. What do you want? We're family. We didn't mean it. 32 texts in one morning, and not a single one said sorry. Not even once. I'm not going to lie and say this was easy. It was awful. It still is. I'm still limping through, still figuring out how to take care of things. But at least now, I'm not doing it for people who would leave me behind. I've got my own bank account, my own stuff, my own groceries. The only person I talk to is my neighbor, and honestly, he's been more decent than my entire family. I don't know if they'll ever really get it. Maybe they'll move on and pretend like nothing happened. Maybe my mom will keep saying I'm going through something. Maybe my brother will keep making jokes about me being dramatic. I don't care anymore. I'm not blocking them, but I'm not replying either. I let their messages stack up. Sometimes I scroll through just to see how desperate they get. I know it sounds petty, but after everything, it feels fair. If you're waiting for the moment we hug and make up, that's not happening. I'm done being the fixer. They showed me how little I mattered to them. I'm just returning the favor. So yeah, 32 messages, all begging, all too late. I'm fine right here. If something wild happens, maybe I'll post an update. But honestly, I think this is it for me. And if you're always the one picking up the pieces for everyone else, try not doing it just once. You might be surprised how quickly they notice you're not there.